Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Anna and today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite Chicago thrift stores, so stick around to see that. Before we get started, it would mean so much if you hit the like and subscribe button. You should definitely check out my other video first. It's Thrifting in Chicago Part 1. In that, I just talk about the ethics of thrifting. Obviously, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. When you are thrifting, you should only buy what you need. And you should not go thrifting in areas where people rely on thrift stores to buy their clothes. But make sure to check out my other video where I go into more depth about that. It's a really important topic. But without further ado, here are my thrift store recommendations for Chicago. So this time I have a much more organized system. I'm going to be ranking each thrift store on 3 different criteria. The first is the price of the clothing. Since I'm going to say like a higher number is a better thrift store, I think I'm going to say that a low number means it is more expensive. The section is the size of the collection, so how much the thrift store has and how much there is to choose from. And the third is the quality of the clothing. If it's just kind of like basic stuff that you could get anywhere, like t-shirts, it's going to be lower quality. But if it has a huge variety of clothes and if it has lots of styles of clothing, I'll give it a higher ranking for that. And then lastly, I'm going to have a bonus section where you can score bonus points. So the highest score, this is taking so long to explain, the highest score is a 5 out of 5. So I'm going to be ranking each on the scale of 5 and then averaging it, and then if you get a bonus point, it adds to that. So let's get started. Alright, so the first place I went was Alex's Attic, and for this I gave the price a 2, the size a 3, and the quality a 3, and then no bonus points, so that averaged to a 2.66. I thought it was really well organized and it had a lot of stuff, but it definitely was on the pricier end. But that's what you're gonna get with that type of shop. It's definitely a lot more curated, and you're gonna find higher quality things there. So if that's what you're kind of looking for, that's a great place to go. But overall, it was cool. I didn't really think that the style of clothing was for me. I saw a couple of things, but they were a little bit too expensive. But I definitely recommend checking it out. It's very cool. All right, the second place I went was the Dorado thrift store, and I gave the price a 5, the size a 2, and the quality a 3, and then no bonus points, so that's a 3.33. And what was really nice is it had set prices. I knew I was getting a good price. I thought that the collection was pretty small. It wasn't tiny, but it was smaller than your average thrift store, but they definitely had some good clothing in there. They also had a section for designer and vintage stuff, which is obviously a lot more expensive, but if that's what you're kind of searching for, then definitely check out El Dorado thrift store. So the third place I went was Store B Vintage, and this isn't really a thrift store, it's more like a vintage store. I gave the price a 1 because it's a vintage store, it's really expensive. And then the size of it was a 4. It was actually a really big store. And then the quality a 4. And then I gave it a bonus point because there was a dog and he or she was really cute. And if you live in Chicago, I definitely recommend going there just to meet the dog because he was super friendly and he came up to us and we pet him. Definitely highlight of my thrifting experience. But anyways, everything was very expensive obviously, but it was definitely really cool to look around, and I enjoyed it.
Welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Oh my gosh, someone follow me on Instagram
at Anna Toffin.
Yeah, I'll link her. So the next place we went was Vintage Underground, and again, this is a vintage store, so similar kind of thing. It was a little cheaper, and they also had like sale rooms, so if you were looking for some more affordable vintage clothing, definitely check that place out. And the next place was, okay, this isn't really like a recommendation, this is kind of just like a story time. So we went to this place called Untitled, and it was not a thrift store, even though it said it was in like Google. I searched like Chicago thrift stores, it said it was a thrift store. They had like a basement with like vintage clothes, and it was so scary. Like I don't know, it just seemed like they were gonna like kidnap us or something. Not really, like they were nice, like, but I don't know, the basement was really scary. They just had like weird stuff going on. They had, what are they called, antlers from like elk, and they had like American flags, and that's kind of a red flag for me, so kind of scary. So after our crazy experience at Untitled, we decided to call it a day, but then I went thrifting again with my other friend Maggie. We went to a couple places. One of them was Out of the Closet, and I really like this place. I gave the price a 4, the size of it a 4, and the quality a 3. And then I gave it 1 bonus point, which I'll explain in a second. But this averages out to a 4.66, which is the highest score of all of them. How wonderful. I thought it was a pretty average thrift store. And then the bonus point is because they offered free HIV and AIDS testing. So that's kind of cool. Here's our little review of it post shopping.
I think there was good variety. I don't.
Yeah.
It was color coded. It was pleasing to the eye.
The prices were pretty good, but we didn't find anything. I feel like most of the stuff was like, I don't know, not my taste. I'm not gonna do a haul because I only bought 2 t-shirts, and again, like, only buy what you need. I also didn't go with the intention of buying anything. I already have enough clothes, and I kind of just wanted to go to visit some other thrift stores, give you guys some reviews. Yeah, that's it. Make sure to like and subscribe. I post every Monday, so I will see you guys next week. Bye!